Some characters in GTA turn extreme behavior into a twisted strategy for success. They aren't misunderstood or tragic. They're intense, unpredictable personalities who leave chaos in their wake. Let's count down the top 10 most unhinged characters in GTA history. The names that still stick with me years later. 10. Avery Dugen. This is not your average businessman. He's the kind of person who can turn a negotiation into a high-stakes standoff if things don't go his way. Born into big money and bigger ego, Avery made his mark by crushing competition instead of collaborating with it. In GTA Online, you get a front-row seat to how far he'll go to stay in control. He doesn't just use money as power. He converts it into brute force, complete with choppers and private security teams. Cross him, and you'll find yourself under siege in minutes. He's relentless, strategic, and convinced the city is his to command. If he can't buy it, he'll make sure no one else can have it either. That blend of cold ambition and explosive tactics is what makes him so memorable. It's not just what he does, it's how effortlessly he does it. 9. Ricardo Diaz. There's aggressive, and then there's this guy. Head of the Vice City underworld, Diaz runs his empire like a powder keg with a fuse that's always lit. He doesn't whisper orders or work from the shadows. She yells, slams doors, and makes a scene. That kind of instability makes him one of the most unpredictable forces in GTA Vice City. Now add a fortune to that personality, and it's like handing fireworks to someone with no chill. His mansion is a fortress. His rivals disappear quietly, and even his partners watch their steps. But like all high-pressure figures, he was always heading for a dramatic fall. His paranoia and rage finally caught up with him when Tommy Vercetti and Lance Vance launched a cinematic assault on his estate. Watching his empire fall apart felt inevitable. Diaz wasn't built for calm. 8. Jizzy B. One of those characters who makes your skin crawl the second he speaks. Running the Pleasure Dome nightclub in San Andreas, he plays the part of a flashy entertainer. But beneath the lights and flashy suits is a manipulative figure with a ruthless streak. Jizzy isn't just a shady businessman, he's connected to the Loco Syndicate and treats loyalty like a disposable commodity. There's no conscience in him. If it means more power, he'll betray allies or cut corners without a second thought. He doesn't care who gets caught in the crossfire. As long as he's winning, the cost doesn't matter. That makes him one of the slimiest and most dangerous middle-tier figures in the game. Thankfully, CJ sees right through the act. When he finally takes down Jizzy in a flaming car crash, it feels like justice. Watching that flashy ride go up in flames with Jizzy inside is one of the most satisfying moments in GTA San Andreas. 7. Devin Weston. The perfect example of how unsettling a person can be when they have power and zero empathy. On the surface, he's polished sharp suit, charming smile, Silicon Valley success story. But beneath that image is someone who treats people like numbers on a spreadsheet. Devin doesn't lose his temper or raise his voice. He delegates harsh tasks with the same tone someone might use to order takeout. And when things spiral, he's quick to pass responsibility to someone else. His biggest mistake? Believing he could manipulate Michael, Franklin, and Trevor and get away clean. That arrogance led to his downfall. What makes Devin stand out isn't just his coldness, it's how normal he acts while doing deeply unethical things. He's not making threats in alleys. He's hosting board meetings and signing contracts while quietly plotting someone's downfall. What always strikes me about Devin is how polished he looks. Suit pressed, words smooth, but behind that smile is someone who would sabotage a family dinner just to close a deal. 6. Niko Bellic. A man shaped by hardship and guilt. He grew up in a conflict-ridden part of Eastern Europe and served in the military during a period of intense unrest. The experiences he lived through left lasting emotional scars. When he arrives in Liberty City, it's not for riches or famites to escape what he's been through. But in the world of GTA 4, escaping your past isn't easy. Nico quickly returns to what he knows, working tough jobs for dangerous people. With each new task, he falls deeper into that cycle. And every time it seems like he might break free, something pulls him back in. What makes Nico intimidating isn't anger or greed, it's that he operates like someone with nothing left to lose. He's calm, focused, and extremely effective. Even those who work in shady circles speak about him with caution. Then, one day, he simply vanishes. No dramatic exit, no final confrontation, just silence. And that's why Nico still feels like a shadow lingering in the corners of the GTA world. 5. Claude. No speeches, no threats, just pure action. That's Claude in a nutshell. He doesn't speak a single word in GTA 3, and that silence somehow makes him more intense than characters who never stop talking. There's no hesitation, no second guessing, just one mission after another, with nothing standing in his way. After being betrayed and left behind by Catalina, Claude sets his sights on one thing: retribution. From that point on, he becomes a relentless presence, moving through Liberty City, single-minded in his focus. He's not motivated by justice. He's driven by the need to settle the score. And he doesn't care what obstacles are in his path. Morals? Not his focus. Allies? Only when convenient. Claude is like a precision tool, silent, unstoppable. By the time he rises to the top, his presence alone sends a message. 4. Frank Tenpenny. What happens when the wrong person gets authority with no oversight? He's supposed to uphold the law, but what he really controls is a network of corruption disguised in a police uniform. In San Andreas, Tenpenny doesn't just bend the rule, she completely ignores them, daring anyone to challenge him. He manipulates CJ like a chess piece, pushing him into situations that serve only Tenpenny's personal agenda. From stirring up street conflict to secretly working with rival factions, he uses every dishonest method possible to keep control of the city hall while hiding behind a badge and a warped sense of justice. What makes him so intimidating isn't just his power, it's the belief that no one can stop him. But when his world begins to collapse, he quickly loses control. The final confrontation shows a man unraveling, overwhelmed by the very chaos he helped create. His downfall is a clear reminder of how dangerous unchecked authority can become. 3. Carl Johnson. He never wanted to return. CJ left Los Santos to escape the instability, but after his mother's tragic death and his family falling apart, he's pulled back in. At first, he just wants to hold things together, but as betrayal after betrayal piles up, he begins to change. CJ learns fast. He transforms from a low-level street figure into a strategic mastermind. He outsmarts Tenpenny, navigates rival groups, and rises to the top. What sets him apart is how quickly he adapts under pressure. That loyalty he once had, it becomes his strength. When people test him, he responds with even more determination. There are moments where CJ's heart shines through, but by the end, you also see the tough edge the world forced him to grow. His decision to walk away isn't about victory, it's about staying alive. CJ always felt like the most grounded character to me, had real emotions. But when cornered, he never backed down. There's something powerful in that evolution that stays with you. 2. Tommy Vercetti. What happens when discipline, ambition, and a sharp mind come together in one relentless force? Sent to Vice City after serving time for serious charges, Tommy is told to keep a low profile. Instead, he rewrites the rulebook. He starts with nothing, no allies, no reputation. But Tommy works every angle, spots every weakness, and slowly takes control. He's not loud or reckless. He's patient, strategic, and always thinking several steps ahead. By the end, he has influence over the city, its operations, its venues, its movers and shakers. While others are just trying to survive, Tommy takes command. He doesn't just climb the ladder, he builds a new one and leads it himself. That level of focus and detachment makes him one of the most commanding characters the series has ever seen. 1. Trevor Phillips. Unpredictable energy in human form. There's no build-up or slow burn. Trevor shifts gears instantly. Every moment with him feels uncertain, like anything could happen. In GTA 5, he isn't just another character. He's a whirlwind that changes the scene the moment he enters it. But here's what makes him complex. Trevor is deeply loyal. In his own intense and erratic way, he genuinely cares about those he considers close. That loyalty can be powerful sometimes, inspiring, sometimes overwhelming. If someone betrays or harms a friend of his, Trevor doesn't just goes all in. His interactions with Michael, Franklin, and others highlight just how volatile he can become when he feels crossed. Trevor is the ultimate wildcard, impossible to predict. Even in quiet moments, there's tension, because silence with Trevor rarely means peace. It often means something is building. I've played every GTA game more times than I can count, and Trevor still keeps me on edge. He's the rare mix of unpredictable humor and serious intensity, often in the same breath. These characters show just how unpredictable and dramatic the GTA world can be. Who would you rank higher or lower? Hit like, share your list in the comments, and subscribe for more.